Hello and welcome to your slow flow practice for today. Today's practice is really the essentials of slow flow, taking ourselves slowly through a variety of movements with a view to settling and calming ourselves by the end of the practice. About 40-45 minutes in length. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let's get onto our mat and get started. All right. Now as you come to your mat, just sit up nice and tall. Get comfortable. I'm on a bolster. And I like to really ground myself, ground yourself through use of what's called a physiological sigh. What this is it's a large inhale, a pause, another inhale, and then a long exhale through an open mouth as you sigh. So do that 3 times just to settle ourselves into a seated meditation. Begin by emptying your lungs. Then take a big inhale. Hold your breath for a second. Then inhale a bit more. And then open mouth and sigh. Settling. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale. A bit more. And a long sigh. And then one more time. From there, close your eyes. Allow yourself to settle and to arrive. Feel the gentle and slow movement of your breathing. Relaxing through your face, relaxing through your torso. And settling our awareness down and into your body. We're allowing ourselves to come into presence, to be fully inhabiting our own bodies. And the way we can perceive this is through the movement of our breath, the felt experience of our breath. And particularly settling in as you exhale. And as you settle in, allow yourself to simply observe without any kind of judgment. Just observe what's arising for you today. Could be sensations in the body, could be emotional tone, could be mental thoughts. Just notice what's arising. And based on what's arising, develop an intention for your practice. Why do you want to practice? What would you like to bring into your practice today? And then stay true to that intention, that focus as we move and flow today. We'll take a shared breath to mark the start of the practice. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. Welcome once again, my friends, to your yoga practice. Great to have you here. On your next inhale, just open up your eyes, reach your arms up overhead. Pendiculate, sort of like a big yawn, stretching this way and that, just to dissipate kind of stuckness through the upper body. Nice. And then bring your hands down and we move through the different joints of our body, at least from a seated position. Neck first, drop your chin towards your chest. Swoop your chin along towards your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder and then start to look up towards the ceiling, finding a stretch through the front of the throat. Look over towards your left shoulder, chin parallel to the ground, and then swoop your chin down and across your chest. And again, repeat that big, slow circle. Keep your shoulders down. Upper back muscles a little bit active. Do 3 times one way, nice and slowly, trying to stretch through all sides of the neck. And then do 3 times the other way, swooping off to the left, up, around, look right, swoop down, across, and again to the left. Opening up that good old neck, slowly but surely. And last one, crunch, crunch, crunch. And come back to neutral. Gaze forwards. Now engage through your fists nice and strong through to the shoulders. Take your shoulders up, back, down, and forwards with muscular activation. This is scapular movements, or moving the shoulder blades around 3 times one direction and 3 times in the other direction. Staying nice and strong through the full rotation of the shoulders. Great. And then from here, as you inhale, bring your hands up. And then let the backs of your hands touch, elbows lift. It's called swimmer's arms. Inhale, hands up. Rotate your hands, and then let the backs of your hands touch your lower back or mid back. Inhale up, rotate, and then backs of hands touch, elbows lift. Inhale up, exhale around. One more time, inhale up, and exhale back. Squeeze those hands together, and up, and back. There you go, nice. Inhale, both hands up just a touch. And as you exhale, drop your right hand down and reach up with that left hand. Drive your left hip down, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, left hand down, reach up. Right hip presses down, right arm reaches, finding a good sense of extension through the right rib cage. Do that a couple times, inhaling up. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale, so lateral flexion of the spine. Finding a sense of engagement of the muscles to support your ribs here. So engagement along with the stretch is really key to getting a sense of mobility through the body. Twist a little bit to the right, and twist, draw your belly in. Inhaling, centering, exhale, twisting. Inhale, exhale, belly draws in. One more time each way. Waking up the whole spine purposefully and slowly. Come back through to center, hands on knees. Inhale, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, round back, tuck your chin, lean back quite strongly. Inhale, send your heart forwards, root your bum down. Exhale, round back. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round back. Nice. Come forwards onto your hands and knees. Take any bolsters and such out the way. And then just take on a bit of movement to dissipate stuckness or agitation through the hips, the knees. And then simply stabilize here. Let's continue with that flexion extension of the spine through cat-cow. This time your hands pressing down, fingers spread wide, and you're dialing your hands externally. So it feels like your eyes of your elbows are coming slightly forwards. And then move from your tailbone to your head in both directions. So your tail lifts, belly drops, heart sends forward, gaze comes forwards. And then as you exhale, the tops of your feet are tugging, tail tucks, belly draws in, ribs draw in, and then around your head at the end. So try to move from the base first. Tail, belly, heart, gaze. And again, tail, belly, heart, gaze. Let's do one more time. Inhale, undulating the spine nice and slow, feeling all the muscles of your back. And exhaling and rounding the back. Come back to a neutral position, strong in your hands. Tuck your toes at the back. Might slide back just a little bit, and then pressing into your big toe mounds, hover your knees off the mat. Take a little bit of movement here, so noticing that your body knows how to manage this. It's effortful, but you're still able to find a sense of resiliency in the shape. Now from here, bum goes back, and then up as your head comes down, the dreaded downward dog. And just bending and straightening your legs a few times to get a good sense of extension through calves, thighs, glutes, ankles, toes. Stretch it out. And then just walk up the mat, to the top of the mat, and dangle there. Let your arms go sloppy, neck relaxed, knees nicely bent. Just getting rid of any stuckness through your upper body. Nice. And then inhale halfway up. Exhale to fold, to bend your knees. Do that again. Inhale, half lifting. And then exhale, folding. On your next inhale, sweep your hands wide, stand all the way up. Exhale, wash your hands down the front of your body. From here, bring your feet to touch, heels and toes touching, hands on your hips, at least initially. And then we're going to keep your heels together, but V your feet, open your toes open. So it's like just a gentle V, not too far. Heels are squeezing together and trying to drive slightly forwards. You'll feel that in your gluteal muscles. As you inhale, bring your hands all the way up. And as you exhale here, we'll interlace your fingers. And as your hands come down, come up on your tiptoes, ankles come forwards and up. So we're balancing on our tiptoes here. Stay lifted. Inhale, hands up towards the ceiling. Really stretch up. Ankles driving forwards. And then exhale, hands down, heels down. Slowly, with control. Do two more like that. Keep your feet flat initially. Inhale, hands up. Now here we elevate. Interlace your fingers. Come on up. Hands come down as your feet lift. Press down. And then good sense of extension forwards and up. Keep squeezing those heels together. Stretch up. Exhale, hands down, heels down slowly. One more time. Inhale to just gather up some certainty. Exhale to elevate. Ankles driving forwards and together. Now hands all the way up. Exhale, hands nice and wide. Heels come down. Nice. Toes back together, so feet are touching nicely here. As you inhale, bring your hands overhead. Interlace your fingers, point your index fingers, settle your shoulders. As you inhale, reach up nice and tall. Stay long, and then take yourself over to the upper right. So pull yourself to the upper right corner of your room. Hips are moving a little left. We're finding a sense of engagement and lengthening from your left foot, through your left hip, left rib cage, even your left arm. Nice long line. It's not a collapse to the right. It's an extension of the left side of the body. Find that embrace through the rib cage even, a little bit of muscular support to the left ribs. Then inhale, come up. Exhale to saddle. There's no rush. Inhale, reach up. Find extension. This is pandiculating. And then exhale, over we go, keeping that extension, that activation through the right side of the body. So your right rib cage is moving to the upper right as you reach the upper left. So find that lift, that buoyancy, stretching, and even an activation through the rib cage on the right-hand side. The muscular support. So when you can fire your muscles into the stretch, this is what builds mobility or usable range of motion. Inhale to come up, exhale to settle. From here, inhale, reach up. And then as you exhale, drive your hips forwards, bum squeezing a bit, abdomen forwards, chest lifts up, look at the ceiling, and then just draw your arms back. Nice big back bend. Squeeze your biceps to your ears, squeeze your hands together. Find a good sense of length through the front of your body. And then inhale, come up. And exhale, fold forwards halfway, keeping your legs and torso straight. Squeeze your heels into one another, a half forward fold. And inhale, come up. And as you exhale, let your hands come down, palms face up, and turn to the right. Look over your right shoulder. This is a spine twist. Right hip a little bit more forwards. Inhale, hands overhead, hands touch. Exhale, twist to the left. Palms face up. Left hip forwards as you look back. There's a nice spine twist here. As you inhale, bring your hands up overhead. palms face forwards, separate your feet. Sit down, palms face the ground. Stick your bum out. Fold your arms in. Hold on to your forearms and pull your elbows apart, keeping your elbows about shoulder height. So we're sitting in the chair, activating gluteal muscles, activating upper chest, upper back. Breathing calmly as you do this. And then inhale, stand up. And exhale, bring your hands down. From the top of your mat, take a big inhale. And exhale, dive all the way forwards. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step just your right leg back a long step with your right toes tucked and your right knee down onto the mat. So a kneeling lunge. As you inhale, we'll swoop our hands up overhead. And exhale just to stabilize here. You want your left hip moving back, right hip driving forwards, sort of an extension through the front of the right hip, a bit of compression in the left hip. Back toes tucked underneath. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, lean forwards and now lift your back knee and flare your hands out to the side. This is called a leaning lunge or runner's lunge perhaps. And then from this place, still strong in your hips, inhale your hands overhead and drop your back knee just about to the mat, but not quite. Square up all those muscles of the hips. Big inhale. Exhale, lean forwards again. Back leg straightens. Front leg nice and strong. 2 more times like that. Inhale, your knee comes down, hands go up. Exhale to lean. Slow and purposeful. And again, inhale, knee comes down, hands up. Exhale to lean. Working those darn legs. From here, inhale your hands up, your knee to the ground. And exhale, your hand comes down. Walk your hands back and send that left heel out, left toes come up. And walk your hands back, sinking into a nice sense of extension through the back of that left leg. You're driving your left heel down, engaging the muscles above your left knee as well. Runner's stretch. Nice. And slowly come forward, step forwards, and then step back with the left leg, left toes tucked, left knee down. Bring both hands up. Stabilize. Right hip back, right foot rotating a little bit. Back toes tucked. Big inhale. Exhale, lean forwards. Lift your back knee. Leaning lunge. Right hip back and in. Left leg moving towards straight. Close on comfortably. As you inhale, back knee just about touches the mat. Hands up. Exhale to lean. 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling. And again. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Not so easy. Inhale your knee to the ground. Exhale. Hands come down. Right leg straightens. Right toes lift. Sink back. Getting a good sense of extension through the back of the right leg this time. Trying to drive your heel down towards you to help to activate all the muscles as you stretch. Nice. And then slowly step forwards. Both feet come forwards. Fold. Bend your knees. And then rise all the way up. Integrate. Bring your hands down. Take another cleansing breath. Big inhale. And a long, sweet exhale. Nicely done. Let's step to the back of your mat. Hands on your hips. Feet together. And just like we did when we were doing the feet that were V'd out, just V out the right foot this time. Left foot stays parallel, inner edge of the foot parallel to the mat. Turn that foot out a little bit, bend your knees, lean forwards, and then take a big step with your left foot forwards so that your back leg is more or less straight, front leg bent. This is maybe better seen from here. This is warrior one legs, back toes are more turned in. And really pressing both feet into the mat and trying to dial them externally. From here, bring your arms up overhead and notice your upper body. We're trying to get the right shoulder to come more forwards, left shoulder more back. So the shoulders are in line with the head of your mat. Hands can come up. Overlap your hands, thumbs holding things together. Now stay right here with the hips at least. Reach up and then back bend. This is exalted warrior one. Right hip coming forwards, left hip moving back and in. Left foot rotating into the mat. Nice. And then inhale, come up. Straighten your front leg. Keep both legs straight. Fold forwards halfway. Flare your hands out wide, palms face the floor. Keep that left hip driving back. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, take your left hand down and your right hand up. Maybe to your leg. Or maybe just in space here. This is triangle pose. Trying to find expansiveness through the upper chest. Inhale back to face the floor. This is half pyramid. As you exhale, take that right hand down, left hand up. This is revolve triangle. Pretty challenging pose. Far up the outer left hip here. Nice and strong. Inhale to face the floor. Pause. And then inhale all the way up. Bend your front knee. Pivot your back heel. I'll have to step back so you can see here. So your back heel is now off the mat. Lean forwards. Lift your back leg. Take your hands nice and wide, sort of flying like an airplane here. Bending and straightening your left leg a little bit. If you wobble and fall down, it's just yoga. We're learning something. This is the way our body builds new neurological pathways. You find difficult stuff, approach the edge without pain, of course, and then let the body learn something. From here, inhale, feet together, arms up, and exhale, hands come down. Let's calm ourselves again. Another breath. Inhale, and exhale. Again, we'll start from the back of your mat, hands on your hips, feet together. Rotate on your left heel just a little bit. So toes point away, 45 degrees, I don't know. And then step forwards with the right foot. Pretty big step. Back leg is straight, front leg's bent. Feet are dialing into the mat. Hands up. Left shoulder comes forwards, hands overlap. Notice that your dominant thumb probably came to the back here. Put your other thumb at the back just to change things up a little bit. Keep that left hip driving slightly forwards. Reach up, back bend. Left hip forwards, right hip back. Squeeze your biceps to your ears. Good sense of extension through the front of the torso. And then inhale, come up. Pivot your back heel, lean forwards. Flare your hands and then lift your back leg. And again, bending and straightening. That right leg, just to test out hip strength, knee strength, ankle strength. Maybe you sustain a place for a bit. Maybe lift the back leg higher. Hum. Inhale, feet together, arms up. Exhale, wash it off. More breath like that. Nice big inhale. And long, sweet exhale. Good. Hands on your hips from the middle of your mat. A little bend in your knees. Jump your feet off the mat. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Bend your knees, sink down. Bring your hands onto your knees. And now keeping your arms straight, take a big inhale. As you exhale, take your right shoulder towards your left knee. Inhale to come back. Exhale, left shoulder to right knee, thoracic twist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right shoulder drops. Inhale, up. Exhale, left shoulder drops. And again, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Nice. Now back to center, pause, and then straighten your legs, hands on your hips, square up the inner edges of your feet, a little bend in your knees, and then boom, jump back on your mat, go side to side a couple of times. Let's bring in one single simple balance to the practice. We've done one already, but another one, tree pose. Hands on your hips, and take that Ving out of the right foot, maybe a little bit more this time. And try to bring your foot as high on your leg as you can without using your hands. Press your foot to your leg, leg to foot. Drive your right knee a little bit away from you. And then feeling the connection from your left foot to your pelvis to your heart. Bring your hands up. And then up some more. Nice and broad through the shoulders. Maybe you're wobbling, maybe you're falling. That's okay. And then make sure your shoulders are nicely settled in. Find a place where you can just breathe comfortably. Wobbling is good. If you're wobbling, that means that there is some kind of connection being formed from your brain to your body and back again. So we're navigating new territory, and that's a good thing. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, knee forwards. And exhale, foot down. Other side. Externally rotate the left hip by turning your foot away. Bring your foot up as high as you can. Press your foot to your leg, leg to foot. Knee drives away a little bit. Connect from the earth to your heart. So pulling energy from the ground to your heart. From the heart to the heavens. Blossom. Integrate. Balance. Find that sweet, easy spot. Trees, trees sway in the breeze. They respirate. It's okay to find a little bit of wobbliness here. The elegance of it all. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale your knee forwards. Exhale. Down it goes. Nicely done. From here, nice big inhale, hands up. Exhale, dive all the way forwards. And then walk your hands up the mat to that dreaded plank pose. But we won't linger here long. Just drop your knees down, flatten tops of feet, lie down. And keeping your chin on the mat, your hands by your shoulders, elbows lifted off the ground. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to stay. And then inhale, lift your hands off the mat. Exhale to stay. Take a couple breaths here, see if you can elevate a bit further. And then with cactus arms, lie down and put your left cheek on the mat, look to the right. Offering here a passive twist for your neck. I guess I'll face you so I can see what's going on. So enjoy this passive twist, this nice release for your neck, for your shoulders. And get the heads of your shoulders closer to the ground. And then simply lift your head and gaze to the left, right cheek on the mat. Nice. And then chin on the mat. Bring your hands beside your bum, palms face the floor, arms nice and straight. Zip your legs together and then just fly. Come up off the mat, legs lift, hands lift, torso lifts. Locust pose, flying here, muscles of your back nicely engaged, good extension through the front of the body. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, hands by your shoulders, up and over we go. Child's pose, back of the mat, knees wide. Head down, hands forwards. Feeling a little bit of traction in your spine now. Mhm. And then slowly come forwards onto your hands and knees. Just take a couple of twists here. Twisting child. Take your right hand up and then swoop your right hand underneath your left shoulder. Palm face up, shoulder down, cheek down, knees nice and wide. And then take your left hand way forwards up on your fingertips, getting an extension through the left side of your torso as you do this. Compressing the right shoulder, extending the left shoulder, breath nice and calm. And then to exit, left hand comes back by your face. Press. Inhale, right hand to the ceiling. Exhale down. Inhale, left hand up. And exhale, left hand swoops through, palm face up, shoulder down, cheek down. The right hand can walk up the mat, an extension through the right side of your torso. Sink into this. Shoulder compression, spine twist. Breath nice and calm. Yum. Draw your right hand back by your face. Press with the right hand, left hand up. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Walk your hands back, come to a seat at the back of the mat. And as you come to your seat, swing your legs out front. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Take your feet fairly far away from you. This will get more into our outer hips this way. Hold on to your shins. Lift your heart. Fold forwards, keeping your spine nice and long as you can. And then simply round your upper back as you look down. Taking several slow, easy breaths here, not trying to force yourself in. You're not at this point, just letting your body meet the sensations of this shape. If you need something a little bit more juicy, once you've found that kind of edge of sensation, you can start to try and drive your knees without using your hands. Drive your knees down towards the floor. This will activate more of the muscles of your hips in the shape and yield more mobility. Then you might decide to pull a little bit, staying active muscularly if you introduce the pull. That's it. And then slowly begin to sit up. Draw your knees back in and together. Send the legs out nice and long. Toes back towards you, heels away from you. Take good old Paschimottanasana, intense westward stretch. And your hands up. And then leading with your heart, your gaze, look forwards, look forwards, look forwards. Try to reach for your feet or your shins or the mat, whatever you can grab. Bend your elbows, keep looking forwards. Drive the backs of your knees down, toes back towards you. There's a bit of a pull of your torso using the bending of your elbows. This helps to extend the spinal column as well. Nice. And then slowly, slowly, again, sit up. Place your bum roughly in the middle of the mat. Feet a little bit separated. Lean back fairly far, probably. Take your right ankle on top of your left knee. And then nestle yourself back in as much as you want or as little as you want. Trying to drive your right knee away from you and your left knee towards you. Seated figure four. Nice hip opener here. Quite sensational, I find. In other words, lots of sensation. Oh yeah. And then slowly soften. Right foot comes down, left ankle on top of the right knee. Close the gap a little bit. Left knee drives away, right knee drives towards, or your torso moves towards your legs, whatever works best. Find some activation through your legs here as you do this. And then again, slowly release. From there, lie down on your back, draw your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a bit of a hug. Compressing your knees towards your chest, keep your back of your head on the ground. Good sense of compression of both hips here. Nice. And then drop both feet to the mat, knees about hip width apart or closer. And then we'll shift your hips just a little bit to the left. Drop both knees over to the right. You can hold your knees down with your right hand. Extend your left hand, palm face up, look to the left, and nestle into this twist. Breath nice and calm, nice and slow. Yeah. That's decent, isn't it? Nice release for the low back. Softening your face, softening your upper back as you languish in the twist. And slowly unwind. Neutralize, stabilize your pelvis. Take a few breaths there, let everything settle. And then shift your hips a little over to the right, knees go left. Right arm extends nice and long, gaze goes to the right. Left hand might help out a bit. And again, just linger into this twist, opening through the top side of the hip and body as we nestle into nice long exhale breaths. Relax through your facial features, so dissipate any kind of gritting of your teeth. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Finding that slow movement of inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, we'll again unwind. Extend your legs nice and long. Pause. And then from there, bring both legs up lazily to the ceiling, both arms up lazily to the ceiling. Rotate your wrists and ankles slowly and purposefully right to the edge of movement. And then go the other direction. And then squeeze your toes and your fingers into fists, and then spread toes and fingers. Squeeze, spread, squeeze, spread. Maybe squeeze and twirl. And then shake it all off. Dissipating any stuckness in the wrists, the ankles, knees, elbows. Take a big inhale. And exhale, lie down. Savasana. And in Savasana, let your breath rate slow down. In particular, focus on longer exhales here. Move through your body, at least with your consciousness, relaxing forehead, cheeks, jaw. Every time you exhale, soften neck, shoulders, arms, and your torso, ribs, belly, hips, feet, heavy. Your feet flop open. And in this nicely relaxed place, focusing on the rise and the fall of your breath at the tip of your nose. And letting both nostrils feel equally open as you do that. Bringing a sense of balance to both sides of our body in doing so, both sides of our being. And then from this place of quietude, Noticing how you feel now. Where has the practice brought you? And are any insights arising about how you should approach the rest of you? Knowing where you're at now, how should you approach the rest of your day? And from that place, take a nice big inhale. And a long exhale to sigh. Thank you for sharing this space, for sharing your practice with each other. So lovely to have you here. I hope you have a really beautiful day ahead of you. Namaste.